What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles, welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. It is so hot here in Maryland. My phone weather app says it's 96 degrees, but it feels like it's 107. And of course, you all collect figures, so you know when it's hot, you know what's going to happen. It's just a matter of please, random figure that's going to collapse and topple at night. Don't knock over 14 of my figures, please. All right. So, it's been a thing, and every night it's that but then of course you hear that it is just like, oh man, that's gonna be a problem in the morning. Sometimes I'm just like, let me get up and fix it now, because I do not want to wake up and have that be one of the first things I see when I go into the figure room. So it's really hot out here, but another thing that's going hot right now is the hot and cold, the Nicolas Cage of the action figure company front. Of course, I'm talking about McFarlane Toys, because we'll get some terrible figures, and then Todd will go, I got some awesome stuff coming. And we got our cold streak with this last batch of collector edition reveals. That's that Sergeant Rock figure, which I still don't understand why you're going to do this figure. I mean, it doesn't look anything like the Joe Kubert that's included in that card art. And if you're going to do a Sergeant Rock, I just feel like that's the artist you need to emulate. So we don't get anything like that. We get a very minimal amount of accessories. We get a couple hands. Yeah, that's fine. We get a shovel. We get a knife. There is no thing that a soldier would use in a war. It's crazy. I just do not understand why you would pack him, make this figure, and not just give him a small pistol or something. It's just wild. And the whole two tones of the outfit, it's just a mess. And that figure's bad. And then of course we got the too thin Superboy. So it's just it was a wild mix the last round of reveals, but this one Todd is bringing, appropriately enough in July, some serious heat, and it just shows the scope, the depth of what he's willing to do with this line. And it got to a point where it was just the Batman, the Superman ride, and of course there were a couple of their friends, their sidekicks, their partners who just resided exclusively in Gotham and Metropolis. And he started going, hey, maybe you guys want to see some more. And that more has really taken this whole multiverse line to another level. I feel at this point, the multiverse line from McFarlane Toys is pretty close to what DC Direct was, because there would be some amazing DC Direct figures. I will never hate on that line. Like, it sucked all the way. They created so many good figures. Then there were others where it's like that Michael Turner Identity Crisis line, where I'm like, I like Michael Turner's art. Would have loved figures that reflected it better, had more articulation. These aren't it. And they would have some other ones. It's like, this is the best Christopher Reeve Superman figure ever. And of course, that's how it is with McFarlane Toys. There'll be some DC Multiverse figures that are awful, and then others that are amazing. And I think for sure this latest round of reveals is on that amazing front. Let's take a look at the first one, and this is Clock King. I mean, this figure is amazing. He's got the clock head. He's got a clock hand for a weapon. This color scheme is wild. I mean, it's every bit as wacky as you want. It's got that lime, bright, vibrant highlighter green. It's got, what is this, turquoise, sky blue? I mean, my color schemes are off since I don't use crayons anymore, but just so colorful. He's going to pop against all your other darker Batman villains. And you also note he's got a cloth soft goods cape. Todd's been dipping his toes into that, but he's really committed to doing more cloth soft goods capes, and it's helped to make the figures stand out, make them look a little bit better. I know folks have been clamoring for Marvel Legends to go this route, but he's really taking it and going like, all right, I think I've covered it now. I can do soft goods capes, and it's really looking good here. So this got a nice little flare, little wire action in there. Very nicely done. And this, of course, you've got that big McFarlane collector edition, which means he's going to be more expensive. It's going to be $30. I don't love that, but this figure here is a really nice looking figure. He's going to stand out. And, anybody that happens to go into your figure display, figure room, so like, who is this dude? And is this the clock guy? And, just the whole deal. He is perfectly goofy in his whole deal, and he just looks great. And I think, this is one of those, take a bow, Todd. You really knocked that one out. But then there was another reveal that was just as impressive, and Again, it's a collector edition, so the price tag's gonna be a little bit more than I love to spend, but it's a really nice figure regardless. Talking about Ragman, and again, we've got another figure with a cloth soft goods cape. This time it's tattered appropriately enough for Ragman, and he's using the ambush bug mold. If I'm correct on that, I checked the boots, no boot cuffs. That's great. Same deal with clocking. He didn't have that goofy Blue Beetle boot cuff for no reason. It's just solid, it's straight. He's got the plain no boot mold, which is great. Love the tatters on the cape. Really gives that whole authentic look to the comic book character. And it's just kind of randomly thrown in there. So we got one up here. Here's not just on the fringe area. That looks great. We got this big knot and tie section up here for all the excess. Really good work. I mean, and I'm so impressed with this. Let's take a look a little bit closer here at this head sculpt. It's got like that real nice pull. So you can see the outline of his nose and his mouth, and he's not looking happy. But this is just really solid work here. And it's really a character I would not have expected to see from this line. It was just Batman and Superman a few years ago. Now we're getting deep dive characters. We're getting Ambush Bug. We're getting Ragman. We're getting a few others like Clock King. So it's really impressive. Good work. Let's go on to the next one. Maybe not as random and wacky in addition, but this picture really sells it too. So I'm talking about the Red Hood, and I mean this shot is amazing. He's about to fall right out into the acid and change totally and completely into the psycho killer. We all know and love the Joker. All right, that's 3 for 3 with our soft goods capes, and I love the flow of this. This really does a good job here. This looks like it's basically one of those the suited Joker figures we've already seen, but boy, just throwing on that red cylinder and the cape adds so much more to it. And this is definitely a case where this soft goods helps tell this story with the figure. So it's got a nice flow. It wouldn't look as cool if it was plastic and just, kind of swooping on either side of the shoulder. The fact that it's soft goods really sells it. And I just love this picture. What do you think these are? Like paint canisters or just like, the red cups with some little green stuff in there. We got the ladder. I mean, this shot is amazing. And I don't think I give enough credit to McFarlane photographers, but this one is really nicely done. And I think this will also help with this guy because I mean, we've seen this figure. He's sitting up here for 22.99. Target's starting to sell their stuff on clearance. He's not. He's still 22.99. But now there's a greater purpose for your original Batman figure, so you can get him and mix him up with the Red Hood. You're all set to go. So that's really solid, fun stuff here. New additions to the line. Can't ever hate on that. And then Kowloon Toys over on Instagram, the shop apparently posted this beauty, a Wonder Woman figure, and this is the 12-inch digital line. And gosh, this is terrible because this Wonder Woman head sculpt is spectacular. I mean, she looks fierce, not quite as weird as that other one, but man, she looks good. She's got her lasso, the golden lasso, and it's really nicely sized. Good detail on the outfit again. No articulation, of course. She's basically just a statue, but this is a really nicely done figure. Wouldn't mind seeing this head sculpt. So there you go with her. And she's going to be a little bit more, of course, but thank you to Kowloon Toys for that picture. We've got a few more, some other figures coming out, and I want to run through all of it. J over Toy News, I posted this. This is also part of that leak list that we heard way back, Jason, want to say a year ago. And those figures have been slowly getting X'd out. I'm really excited because that list has been perfect. So there's some other ones coming up that I'm very excited for. But here's some new releases that we for sure are getting. So I got Agent Liberty, and I really liked Agent Liberty for that hot second. He was part of the Justice League with Wonder Woman in the post Superman team. So get him, get Guy Gardner, Maxima, and then we could put them against the evil Justice League. Dan Jurgens was on it when he came up with that storyline. It's one of my favorites of any Justice League run, and Agent Liberty was there on that squad as well. And you see him here with a black outfit and that looks really well done. He does have those dumb, goofy boot cuffs. Why can't you just burn this mold tide for real? I will not be upset. Got a little jet exhaust for his jetpack because all this is a jetpack. I really like this head sculpt as well. I'm trying to figure out if this is just his energy shield. So I guess that's what that is, but it looks nice. So really good work. I love this head sculpt. I think it really makes sense for him. Then we got some more. The Clock King variant. And I don't even remember this look. Help me out if you remember. I guess we're going to see both of those clock hands for the other one, but it's a wacky looking platinum edition. So almost like you're really getting a different figure with this one. Last one here is the white version of Agent Liberty. So you can have him hanging out with your Superman and the black one hanging with your Wonder Woman. So I don't know. I kind of like both of them. I do think that he should start doing the shading around these cows because clearly you can see this looks a lot better with the shading and maybe a little bit in the gloves, but it's really necessary, needed right there. So really cool stuff. And I'm just digging what Todd's doing. Now, of course, who knows? There might be a favorite you like that is terribly done. But he'll make good right away with that next wave with a better version of a figure. And he is just really delivering big time on these figures. I am so impressed. And let's take a look here because Toy News I also had the package photos of these figures thanks to Kowloon Toys. So here's Ragman. So he's got some effects as well. And I guess you plug them into the cape or maybe the back and they work through one of those holes. But he looks really cool. I think they did a nice job with him. Here is one of these is the chase. I can't quite make out. Oh, there it is. This is the chase of Ragman. I don't really know, don't remember that look at all. If you guys do, help me out in the comments. And here are some more. So we got the Adam West Batman, and this is the regular one. I think that's the chase, a little darker blue. There's a red hood. It looks like he's got a Sith for whatever reason. I do not remember that. I don't think that's part of his cane, but there you go. Because of course he can't have a gun either. Then we've got Batman from the Flash. So we got one last Batfleck hanging out there. It looks like this is the stand. No, this is the platinum version with the longer cylinder head. This one's a shorter one. So there you go. You wanted to figure out the difference between those two. The Batman Forever wave is about to drop as well. So lots of cool stuff coming from McFarlane. And what I love about collecting this stuff is, he may have a limit weight, but it'll come through really strong with a great assortment of characters, nice looking figures. I cannot wait to see what Shining Knight looks like. I wonder which way he's going to go. But yeah, awesome stuff this round. Todd, you win. Good stuff. Hopefully the next few figures we'll see will be just as awesome. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you later on tonight for the special edition live on a Friday night. Till then, this episode of the House Figure Files has been filed.